All right, Joakim Nydemark. I think this is really great that we're gonna do. It's not many people that are allowed to do a second interview, but I've done it with Linda, I've done it with Patrick, and I've done it with you because it's sort of a change of roles for all of you three, and then it's so critical. I think we need to have something fresh on the website. So welcome to the interview for the second time.
Thank you so much. Great
Yeah.
to be here.
And new roles for you, because when we did the last interview, it was sort of in was it sort of 10 months ago or something. We hadn't yet decided that you would step up to be the CEO of Gesture Interaction. That was sort of still an open question for us, wasn't it? Because you were not sure if you're going to stay on. But I'm very happy that you decided later on to, no, I want to stay.
Yeah, I realized that I didn't want to miss sort of the final here when we finally make it on the market. I mean, I've been with the company for like 8 years now, and feeling that we have been through a lot during the years, and it would be a shame to miss the best part when we now have this opportunity and are getting so close to breakthrough. So
yeah, I agree. Sure. We are, we've been through a lot, Joakim. Camping together since must have been sort of September 2012, and it would have been. I would have felt so sorry if you missed the. I wouldn't say finale, but the whole harvesting of sort of now when because we've been prepping for this for a long time, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Yeah,
but I am very happy how it have turned out as well, sort of with the new roles and so on, because that was also a question mark when we had the last interview. What's going to happen with this new role, and what am I going to do in this company? And I think that had turned out very well, and I think the combination now with having the COO role on sort of the group level and being involved in all the different solution areas, and then specifically involved in gesture control, of course. I think that is a great combination, and I really enjoy it, and I think it's really great to be in this position.
Yeah, no, it's great. No, I can feel it, Joakim. It's sort of I know you were a little bit. Should we really do this interview the last time because you were in that state? Because I'm not even sure if I'm gonna stay. What should I say? I say, well, say that. Say that you're not sure. I said, yeah. Let's just be transparent, because people will think you are a strange robot if you don't feel a bit weird in the new situation. So just say that you are thinking about it, and you did. And I think that I like that interview a lot, because it was a very honest interview, and it was transparent, and it was had a lot of heart in it. And now I think, as we worked out this as well, and you have a lot of new energy. And if we look at the gesture area, which you've always been, you've been sort of definitely driving and following and developing that. It's been an interesting year for us, hasn't it, for gesture?
Indeed. So it has been sort of a lot of attention to sort of bringing up the new product line, the XR Skeleton, and there has been a lot involvement from all the team, all members of the team to make that happen. And I think it's a combination of both sort of creating the processes. I mean, there are a lot of different sort of parts in the development of gestures that few people know about, actually. I mean, obviously it's a matter of getting images and translating those images into commands and controlling things, but to really recognize hands and gestures in different environments and different angles and light conditions and so on and so forth is really difficult, and the process of doing that is complicated. But I think we have shown and proven ourselves capable of actually bringing now forward this new XR Skeleton product, which I'm really proud of, and I think the whole team is really proud of being able to accomplish that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's magical because what you are able to do, you have one eye, one camera eye. It's a normal RGB camera,
Yeah.
standard sort of very cheap camera, and with that, you're still able to sort of detect and track in 3 dimension. You can see depth as well. Normally, you need 2 eyes to see depth, really, but you do that in some, well, I guess I had this interview with Anders Henriksson, sort of our lead research engineer, and he's a cool guy around deep learning. But this is truly amazing. I think that we are able to do it with an RGB camera, 2D
Yeah.
RGB camera can create 3G interaction. Magical.
Yeah, no, I can just agree. And I mean, this is the background here is, of course, to run these neural nets as you discussed with Anders in that interview, and making sort of the setting and creating those networks and making them capable of handling all the data. But it's also about the whole process now of how we collect data, annotate data, and getting that data into these neural networks.
Yeah.
And that is a huge part of the challenge in
and that's what most of the other team are working a lot with, to try to automate that whole process, because deep learning, in order to get a machine to learn to take these decisions, it just needs loads of data, millions of images, which needs to be annotated, as you say. And to do that, and to do it, one by one, almost like we did in the past, that will take forever. But now we have come up with some really smart ways of creating super fast and being able to vary this. I think that why don't you just a few words on that, because I know we have Sid, which is our this is a character from what movie is that?
Yeah, good question. I think it's one of these animated Pixar movies. Sorry?
It's one of the Disney ones, sort of. This is the guy with have 2 eyes like this, sort of.
Yeah, exactly.
And we created something, some sort of
I
camera
think it's
device.
Ice Age, actually.
Ice Age, yeah, that's right. Sid is in Ice Age, yes.
Yeah.
So our sort of camera setup device, it looks like Sid in Ice Age. So then, or kids at least, if you're younger than 15 following our interviews, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
They would know exactly. Yeah, and the idea is that we have this unit that has several cameras mounted on it with a distance, and we use that to collect hand data, basically. But I think the whole idea here with this approach that we have now for the skeleton and the skeleton networks is that we have a combination of real data and also what we call synthetic data. So we use it to collect sort of the real data, and that we do with a number of different cameras to get sort of the depth information and so on and so forth as well. And then we have the synthetic where we use sort of hand models, and that process as such is also pretty complex, where we use real hands, but we bring them into sort of a digitized format, and then we bring out sort of the hand from this image, and putting it down into different, we segment it into different layers, and by doing that we can add a lot of details to it. So we can change of course the angles of the hand, but also how it moves. And then we have a lot of parameters that is related to, colors, age of the hand, light conditions, shadows, and all of these different things that is needed to create an algorithm that is capable of sort of seeing hands in all different situations and contexts. And I think the know-how of how we do that, or how to do that, and also sort of the combination and how much data you need of the different kinds and so on is something that we have sort of learned over the years, and that is part of the core skills of the team, how to do that in the best way.
Yeah, no, it's certainly a science, technology-wise, but it's an art as well. You know, a lot of know-how as well. It's an art to do all this data collection and annotations, but it's also certainly an art to create these neural nets, these deep learning models, in order to you know. So it's a lot of intricate steps here to make this work. I love this. I said that in another interview because people ask me what's the difference with your gesture control. We've seen that with others, but I love this, that Zlatan Ibrahimovic once said that what I can, you know, what you can do with a soccer ball, I can do with an orange. And I really think it's a good example of the strength of Crunchfish, because we could perform in a really great way just with an orange, an orange sort of Crunchfish colored orange. And I think because we're talking about just a single sensor, so we don't have too much dependency on that. We have the processor doesn't have to be complicated; it can be normal processors, these are sort of the processor, these the sensors. What else is it, Joachim, that we are performing well with the sort of here with?
Yeah, I mean, overall, it's a matter of getting this product into a hardware that is, if you compare to a computer, rather limited. So we're talking about like augmented reality glasses, for instance, where form factor, power consumption, and size is really of essence. And you need to have software that is capable of running under those circumstances. And I think that is the trick, that we're not using sort of a huge neural network system for doing this. We're very sort of limited in the size, and that makes this system very power efficient. Yeah. So to add to that, I think battery capacity, for instance, is
and all these things are, and that's great with if I think about our patent portfolio, you know, we a lot of these things is around, you know, we have power consumption, how we can in a smart way activate and deactivate cameras. We have some smart ideas around how to interact with the device, and then some core things for tracking and detection as well. So I think it's you know, this is this goes back to when we started with Crunchfish. I know this was one of my conditions for coming into Crunchfish. I told them that if you can't do anything in terms of patenting your solutions, I'm not going to invest. No. But we filed already our first 3 patents in Crunchfish. This was in August 2012. This was in the process when I was getting into the company. And now I think we are in this area of gesture. I think there are 12 innovations whereof 11 has already been granted. So it's a strong portfolio, isn't it?
Indeed. So and I think that is also part of sort of being able to bring this to success, is to have sort of protection in this area, both how we solve things, but also how this solution is supposed to be used. So I think that is a really strong part.
Yeah. Sure. You, when it comes to gestures, you know, you've been working with and engaging with some of the really big players in the world. Like you know, you have we've had Oppo. I remember that was our first or our second customer. I think we had Gionee in China first, and then we got Oppo almost the same time in 2013, I think it was. And Oppo, they just renewed again. We got another 250,000 for them, which is great. How do you see your experience working with those sort of big companies, maybe helping you to be the COO of Crunchfish as a whole? Because we're going to certainly move into, you know, like a partner strategy as well. We are a small company. We need help in order to distribute our stuff.
Yeah. I think that the relationship with these companies are important, and I think both from the variety of products they have, but also if we just conclude on the gesture strategy there, that they are the ones that will create sort of the augmented reality glasses here moving forward. And
does Oppo have a strategy for it as well? I saw a press release quite recently that Oppo were talking about, just like we are, they're like 21 points. you have, I guess it's 4 per finger, and there is 1 in the middle of the hand. These are the 21 points, isn't it?
That is correct. So 21 points on each hand, and that is what typically is used with a skeleton model, and that is to be able to do all the different, we call them joints, and all the different joints are like points and coordinates in a way, and the reason for these 21 is to be able to mimic sort of the hand movements in the best way. But it also opens up for 21 interaction points, if you like. So if you have like a virtual object, for instance, say let's say you have a ball. So maybe you want to lift that ball or push that ball. You can make contact with that virtual ball with each of these 21 points, which gives a huge flexibility in the interaction and immersiveness, which is important when we're now moving into sort of real augmented reality. And
yeah, because there will be virtual objects that you want to grab and hold and do things with, and we need that. That's why it's so critical to get that depth seeing as well, and all that. How before we go to partners, let's talk a little bit about because we put out this XR Skeleton as and we are shipping it right now. It's possible for customers to get. We have released it. What's been the reaction on XR Skeleton, would you say, so far in the market?
I think it has been very positive. So we have companies contacting us about this, and we are doing evaluations and so on. So it's a positive feedback on that for sure. Then we are still not in real product.
What do they like about it specifically? That have they seen that they can do new use cases, or is this that it performs really well, or what have you got any more feedback than they just we like it? What do they like? Do you know?
Yeah, it's a good question. So I mean, it's still early, so they are still sort of in the evaluation of it. But what we have seen so far is that they like the sort of capabilities of the software as such, being able to do these skeleton movements, and I think that is a requirement now for this kind of software here moving forward. Also, the fact that we are running it on an RGB is a factor of it's impressive. We get from several.
Because I guess you need this, as we said. If you're going to go for the consumer market, this is the market we're waiting for to happen. The form factor of these glasses needs to be really, they need to be pretty glasses. And then what we mean with form factor is that you can't look like RoboCop. It needs to be just a little bit of a small camera sensor. That's all. And it should be able to operate sort of.
Yeah, exactly. So that is, I think, key. And if we look at what's happening on the market right now, now Consumer Electronics Show in the US was sort of digital this year, so we haven't been there for obvious reasons. But what we see is that there has been announcement of several sort of AR glasses here for consumers. Vuzix is one of them that is launching. It's an American company providing AR glasses, but also Oppo, Lenovo, TCL, to mention a few others, is sort of moving in this direction. The rumors about Apple as always, I would say, but it has never been closer to launch, I guess.
Yeah, every day we get closer, Joachim.
Yes, we do. But it's good that to see that there is progress on the hardware side as well. But I think what's fundamental in this is that the as you say, the form factor or the look and the weight and the size of these glasses need to be slim and nice. And in order to create sort of software that runs in this more limited hardware is the challenge we have solved. So
yeah, we are. This is the orange part where other people needs them to look. almost, quite heavy, and almost we can do it with an orange, as I said. I still like my Zlatan Ibrahimovic analogy here.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, no, fantastic. But you have two roles, and actually, I know what we said a year ago. What you were sort of then the VP, the global VP of sales, but Patrick took that role, and now he's become also the CEO of Crunchfish Proximity, one of our sort of subsidiary. You are the CEO of Crunchfish Gesture Interaction, but you also have, just like Patrick, but not global VP of sales. We decided to make you COO instead.
Yeah. So I mean, and that is one part that I appreciate with my current role, or one of my current roles here at Crunchfish, and that is being able to work close with you, and that includes sort of keeping a number of the CEO tasks and work tasks and responsibilities in the company. And I think that is what the COO is all about, to work on sort of more of group level, and also help out with maybe more strategic kind of questions, everything from now working and involving in strategic partnerships, for instance, and looking at sort of the strategy for that. And I think that is an important sort of work, and also an area that will be important for Crunchfish moving forward to get that in place.
Yeah, no, I agree. I couldn't have done this without you, Joachim. You know that. So that's why I was so happy you stayed on. And I believe 2021, the leverage we can get from partners, it could be profound for us, because we can find, we just this week we talked to one, they have 5,000 sort of customers, 5,000 banks that they work with. If we get a partnership there, they can bring us to that, that wide. And then we talk to some other partners. They in turn have other partners that they are happy to bring us to. So I think a clever partner strategy could be of profound strategic importance for us. So I think we should do our best in this area, because it's not just about to find one customer and be happy with that. It's our plans are much bigger than one customer. It's world domination is the plan.
Yeah.
For our technology.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more, and I think that is an important sort of part of scaling the business here moving forward. Also, it is important to have sort of a clear, both strategy but also goals for the partnerships, and how to onboard partners and work with partners to make that happen, because the cooperation with these partners will be sort of fundamental for this to happen at the end. And I'm very excited to be sort of taking on that and bringing that forward for sure here.
Yeah, no, I think it's, like I said, I think it's of utmost importance for us for 2021 in order to succeed big, I think. And I really think that 2021 will, in many of our areas, will be our year. I think we are very close to a breakthrough in, as you know, in digital cash. And that I think it will be propelled or accelerated a lot via partners. So to have someone like you who have a great commercial experience, being focused in this area and to lay the groundwork here is very, very important, I think.
So yeah, I really look forward to that. So and I think looking now into 2021, I think we have. It could very much be sort of the year for Crunchfish, and everything is pointing in the right direction. And I think there are a lot of things ongoing here on all fronts, and I think it's really exciting times. And
yeah, no, I definitely think 2021 will be the best year ever, I think, but it will be 2022 will be even better. So I think we're gonna be on a winning streak here sort of for a few years ahead here. So it's that's why it's so great that you stayed on, because how on earth could you have missed this, Joachim? This is gonna be we've had a great preparation year, on the gesture side. So much been going on behind the scenes here, and it's ready for prime time. Digital cash, this idea came to us sort of a year ago, and then we ran fast with it, and we are at this position right now, and it feels fantastic. Food waste we hadn't started with, when this 2020 started, so that's come about, and we're going to kick live the nearby area. We're going to kick that to life again, and we have a great IP portfolio there as well. And then there's Blipit, which had a tough year. I had higher hopes for Blipit 2020, but COVID came in between, so it wasn't easy.
No.
Yeah.
No, and I mean, in general, I also think that it's going to be great when we're able to go out and meet customers and partners again, because that is one of the sort of really backsides of COVID-19 here during 2020, that we haven't been able to go out and meet customers, showcase our stuff, and just enjoy this interaction with all of these great companies out there. So I really look forward to that happen again as well.
Yeah, but we have learned to say you're on mute, and and how to use Zoom or Google Meets on Teams. We are all of a sudden we're experts. So we were not that a year ago, but we are now.
Indeed. So and we know how to run webinars as well. So
no, we've learned a lot. We quick learners. No, Joachim, it's been great. I'm that I've said to you many times, both in public and sort of not in personal discussions as well. So happy you staying on. I think it's the fun. Well, I've actually had fun all the way since 2000.
Me too, actually.
Yeah, so it's been interesting there as well, but it's been it's been uphill. It's almost like it feels like it's going to be a little bit more downhill right now in terms of things will just go by itself. I think that's the feeling, at least I have right now.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. I have also enjoyed sort of all the years at the company, for sure. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. But I think we are up for some great times now. So
because
really
8 years for you as well. Because I in my previous life before Crunchbee, I tended to stay just a few years and then I moved on. So this is it's been a really long time for me. But on the other hand, we have created 5 solution areas. So I guess if I divide it with 5, then I am sort of at my normal tempo, sort of 2 years per assignment. So it's fine now if I look at it that way.
So we have a couple of years left, at least.
Yeah, I can stay here at least 2 years, two more years. So I can do 10 years here. Then I have to move on. No, but it's been good. But also for you, okay, 8 years must be quite some time for you as well, isn't it?
Oh yes, it is. So I think what you need to experience if you're going to stay on for such a long time is that there is new things happening and that things are moving on, and I think that we are now moving fast and there are new things happening, and I think I really enjoy that, and again I think we have great opportunities here moving forward, and look forward to be part of it.
No, love that you are part of it, Joachim, and I think we're gonna have I know Trump will be gone, so I'll be the next guy who will say we will be doing so much winning, so we will be tired of winning. Someone else has to start saying that. Maybe it's me. Yeah,
I'm not tired.
No, I know. I know Patrick told me that as well. He just laughed and said, "But I love winning, so I'll never get tired. I never get tired." No, but it's good. Let's have fun, Joachim. We've had some 8 good years, and let's have a few more running because we certainly have something great to work with, and it's let's just continue.
I agree, and again, look forward to that.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Joachim.
Thank you.